Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Janice and I'm a Thermomix consultant. What I'm doing today is not so much a recipe. I love the chili oil. I don't know if I've shown you that chili oil you buy from Coles. Well, you don't, I buy it from Coles. I mean, there's probably heaps of other places, but I've also seen recipes that they talk about hot honey, and it's honey and chili powder, and I thought I'd have a go at making my own chili flakes. I thought I'd have a go at making my own because it seems very simple, and I thought the Thermomix is going to help me because I'll be able to regulate the temperature rather than in a saucepan on my gas stove. So I'm going to do I've got this bottle of honey. Now I don't know what that weighs. I'll weigh it and I'll see, but I'm going to make that whole bottle and then I'm going to put it back into there so I don't have to. So this was some honey. I had a go at doing whipped honey, but it all settled out. Rightio. So what I'm going to do is we're cooking manually and I'm going to go for the scales. So we want scales and I want to weigh and see how much this weighs. I don't know if it's 250 or 500 grams or 300 grams or what it is. So I want that, but I also want a long skinny one that'll fit up in the bottle. There we go, like that one. Rightio. Oops. It's quite hard. Okay. I might have to get a spoon. Now look at that, it's actually nicely crystallized. I was trying to do creamed honey and Google said that you took some crystallized honey and I'll think of the word, and you put it in a mortar and pestle and then you ground it down to smaller crystals and then you beat it in with your honey and it would turn it into a cream type honey. So I either did it wrong or the instructions like that don't work. Hang on, we don't want to weigh the spatula. So what are we up to? Up to 310. So all the recipes I've seen use a cup of honey. And I'm just going to I've got a few of these bottles of honey that I want to use up. Not that there's any need to use up honey. I mean, it's got a shelf life of forever, so we'll just leave that there. Let's see if I can get the rest out of the spatula. This is one of my favourite spatulas. I use it for my sourdough all the time. But it's a long skinny one. And I actually got it from the mix shop. And I just love it. Okay. So we're gonna, it's at about 450 grams. Rightio. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is it says, I mean, it's the recipes that I've looked up. I mean, some say 2 teaspoons of chili flakes per 250 grams of honey, and others say 2 to 3 tablespoons. So I'm going to quickly wash my hands and and I'll decide how much I'm going to put in. Okay. So the recipes say 1 to 2 teaspoons, and others say 1 to 2 tablespoons. So this is a half a tablespoon or a 2 teaspoon measure. And I'm going to put in 2 of these. And the recipes say you can use either, so that's 1 tablespoon. And they say you can either use fresh chilies or dried chilies, but if you use dried chilies, you can leave the chili flakes in the honey, whereas if you use fresh ones, you've got to strain them out. So I'm going to put, what's that, that'll be 2 tablespoons there. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons in, because if it's not hot enough, I can add a bit more. But if it's too hot, then I guess I just add more honey, but I don't know. I'm sort of thinking about using this, I mean, like on eggs, you know, eggs on toast, or all the places that I'm using the chili crisp, like drizzled over a tossed salad or anything like that. So I'm looking forward to this. And I also thought that if it doesn't work out and it's awful, I can just use it all up in marinades, because I've also thought this would be good to go in marinades. So let's have a look at that. I'm sticky again. So I reckon that's enough chili flakes. That's 2 tablespoons in about 2 cups of honey. Rightio. So now I'm going to heat it. I'm going to warm it up. Now I don't know, I'm going to use the warm up mode. I want to see how high that goes. 90. Rightio. We want it to just come up to temperature. I think the temperature I want it to come up to is 105. But I'm going to start off by just using the warm-up mode. That's on stir. Let's just leave it on stir. Using the warm-up mode to get it up to 90, and then it can take its time. And then once it gets up to 90, I can check. I can get it up to the next temperature. We want it just to come to a simmer, and we don't want to boil it, because then you destroy all the good things in the honey. So I don't think it should go over 65 really, but we're going to do it up to 90, because they want it to just come up to a simmer. Righty, I'll be back quick. And it just came up to a simmer, just a little bit. So I'm not going to make it any hotter than that. I'm going to leave it sit there for 10 minutes. So we'll set the timer. Oops, I went too far. For 10 minutes to infuse. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons per cup. So that'll be 4 teaspoons of vinegar. So it'll be 2 half tablespoon measures, or a tablespoon. Rightio. And apparently the vinegar gives you a better flavour balance. Rightio, so I'll be back, and then I think I'm going to go and check, but I think we reheat it then. Once we add the vinegar, we reheat it. Rightio, so I'll be back. Rightio, so I think we just mix the vinegar through and then pour it into a bottle. The bottle's a bit sticky. Okay. So that's it there. And they said if it crystallises, just to warm up the stuff you're using, not to reheat the whole lot. Okay, so that's 2 teaspoons. There's not a lot of recipes, but there's a lot of information about it. And then I think you can it appears you can store it in the pantry. But I think if you use fresh chilies rather than dried chilies, it's got a short shelf life. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that'll need like some resting time to, I hope it clears up a bit. Yeah, I think I've got heaps of chilli in that. I'm going to give it a little taste. And they said you can add more or less depending on your heat preference. It's got a nice little burn to it. I like a bit of chilli. That is, I can't really even tell it's got vinegar in it. But the chili's there, I mean, so that's not real hot. It is, it's spicy, but it's not, like it's not going to make my eyes, oh there it is, it's the back of my throat now. Sneaky. My eyes are starting to water. I really like that. I don't think I'd actually change that amount of chilli. I don't know that I'd put more in because I don't mind hot chilli, but it's got to be for the flavour, not for the not just to make you cry. I mean, the flavour's got to be right. So that is really nice. I reckon you could use that as a sweet, for a sweet application as well. I mean, you know, I don't know, what do you do with honey? I mean, maybe over some ice cream or something. That's really yummy. Rightio. We're going to keep working on the recipe. I'm going to keep working on the recipe. Try a few different chili flakes. That's just regular old dried red chili flakes. And that heat's gone now from my mouth. So, delicious. Rightio. I hope you found the video useful. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, pop over to my channel and subscribe, and I really hope I'll see you next time.